Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to Vegas, where they do it bigger and better than any other city when it comes to the big-time fights. We're at the Thomas & Mack Center for a much-anticipated main event. 10 rounds, middleweight action. This should be a good one tonight. Both fighters say they are primed, coming off a very intense and passionate training camp. Tommy Hearns has had this experience so many times, and success has always come on the back end of these ring walks. It's his focus at this moment that delivers it. Marvin Hagler is approaching the ring now, and this ring walk can tell you so much. Look at the focus on his face.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's touch gloves.
All the talk, all the hype, now the fight. Round one, scheduled for 10. Teddy, let me put you in this spot. You're in the locker room with marvelous Marvin Hagler. You know you're going up against a guy who likes to fight on the outside. What are your instructions before you head out to the ring?
Oh, you know he wants to fight on the outside. First of all, the easiest thing to say is just get inside, but I discourage him on the outside. I have Marvin Hagler. He can fight on the outside with anybody just about. I would use the jab, discourage him a little bit on the outside, and then slowly start walking him down.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Able to cover up that gut. Excellent 1-2 by Tommy Hearns. Marvin Hagler's nailed by a shot upstairs.
Keep pushing.
Crashes home with the uppercut. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Oh, you see him with the left to the head there? Tommy Hearns is tagged. Able to land another power shot early on here, Teddy. Does he have to worry about trying to keep up this pace?
No, I don't think so. If he keeps at this pace, he's not going to be around to worry.
Tommy Hearns with a big right hand.
Back to the body.
Teddy, what a statement win his knockout of Pepino Cuevas was.
Not only a statement win, but it told you what to expect in the future. Here's a guy who's wiry, he's explosive, and if you leave him at the end of his punches where he can get full extension on his punches, full power, full leverage, he was going to knock a lot of guys out.
Double up your chin. Keep working the body.
Last 10 seconds of this first round. come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Oh, you got this one.
Dangerous left hand from Hagler.
Don't let him get at you.
Good, strong uppercut. He comes right back with it after taking one.
No need to be on the inside.
Marvelous Marvin with a big left hand. Good defense, just covering up down low.
Back to the body.
Halfway through this round, and makes that nice right angle on that hook upstairs. How about a return to sender with the left hand?
Punch and move. Punch and move.
Good biting, snapping shot by Marvin Hagler. Hagler's left now getting into the mix. Good way to protect the midsection. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Scored well up top.
Keep moving. Keep it up. That's it. That's it.
Oh, doubling up the jab by Tommy Hearns. A hammering hook by marvelous Marvin Hagler. How about that left hand? What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by marvelous Marvin Hagler. End of the round is upon us. And if the next round holds up like that, we're going to be in for a real treat.
No, we will be, because both these guys have the philosophy that their best defense is their offense.
Hagler's keeping his guard up very, very well. Teddy, does it help to have the speed that he has?
Sure. Anytime you have speed and you can put it into the equation where whatever you're doing, it has to be technically right, but now you put speed, you're doing it even better. You're doing it at a higher level.
Fine work with the left hand. He landed well by Marvin Hagler. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by marvelous Marvin Hagler. Tommy Hearns is hurt by a superb hook to the head. Trying to time that straight left hand, and he does so with ease. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. He scores with the jab there. A well-placed left hand up top. He scored well after being hit himself. Marvin Hagler has long been under the tutelage of the Petronelli brothers in their gym in Brockton, Mass.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's part of the strength of Hagler. It's got nothing to do with his southpaw style and his ability to punch on either side and his ability to box or fight with you, but
Marvin Hagler scored upon by marvelous Marvin Hagler. He's got to find an answer quick. Hagler went down that time from that power punch. Goes down for the first time tonight, but you can see he's ready to make up for it here.
Yeah, just a little bit of water in the basement, not a full flood. But if he doesn't want those pipes to burst, he better figure out quick why he got dropped.
10 seconds to go in this third round.
Move!
And that's the end of round 3.
Stay away from him.
Well, I think this is a fairly even fight, Teddy. As we look at your scorecard, that's the way you have it as we begin round number 4.
Well, it's been a battle of jabs, to be honest with you, Joe. And until one guy shows that his jab is bilingual, it's going to stay close. And what I mean by that, if one guy shows that his jab can do more than speak just English, maybe a little Spanish, you know, maybe a little bit of this language where he hooks off and he does more things, that guy is going to separate himself.
Hagler's out there for another round after being knocked down in the last round. We know what happens in the 60 seconds with a fighter who was damaged. But what about those 60 seconds in the opposing corner, Teddy?
You know, Joe, that's a great question. And I remember my mentor, Customato, when we were training fighters, he used to always say, look, you know you're a banger, and this guy happens to be a banger. Well, if you hit a guy clean, you know you hurt him. But he's not going to show you. He's going to act like a pro. He's going to con you. He's going to act like that didn't hurt him. But you have to remember, hey, it hurt him. So go after him like he showed it, even if he's not showing it.
Halfway through round number 4.
Hey, man, come on now, keep your feet moving. Come on now. Unload right now.
Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go. Oh, no. Actually, I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him. Good jab from Hearns. Good return fire that time.
Double up your punches.
Tommy Hearns' jab lands well.
Side to side, move your head side to side.
Back up top he goes. Fourth round now with its last 10 seconds.
Hey, keep your hands up.
What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
fighting his fight. You're fighting on the inside with this guy. I want you to use the ring and keep your distance. Hey, listen to me. When he misses with a punch, counter.
And we are back underway. Another round in a big shot he just scored with. This is going to take some guts to get up from this. Once again, he goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hagler's trainer is thrilled with this. He gets up off the canvas. Now he wants to see how he'll react. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Nice strike after catching one by marvelous Marvin Hagler. He missed by a mile. That wasn't even close by Tommy Hearns. Hearns has got to be asking himself, at least his corner's got to be asking, can this go on like this? Can we continue to work at this work rate, throwing this many punches, and be this ineffective?
So if he was a painter, he definitely wouldn't be Rembrandt because, you know, they're not clean strokes. They're not strokes that, you know, you look at them and they're paying off for him. I mean, he's more like doing finger paints. I mean, he's just throwing stuff at that canvas, and it's not looking real pretty right now.
Push off the jab. Come on, man, get out of there. Get out of there.
Comes right back at him with a left hand.
Get at me. Side to side, move your head.
Marvin Hagler's head movement is really a factor in this fight. I mean, who would have thought it? Just one of the aspects of defense could be such a big key to this fight right now.
Yeah, it is, and his opponent right now is not making adjustments. Matter of fact, he's starting to drown himself because he's going more and more head hunting, and the more he does it, the more he misses, the more frustrated he gets, the more tired he gets. He needs to make a change downstairs to the place that's not moving, down to the body.
Keep that up. Yeah. Come on now, breathe deeply. Inhale, that's good. Now you're fighting his game plan. Box.
And that round is underway, and we are halfway through the scheduled slate. Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Tommy Hearns.
Man, that's it, baby. Good job. Good job.
Hearns' cut is on the cheek, and you can see that it's bothering him a bit right now. That's something we'll keep our eye on. Good body shot. The right hand came home. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs.
Finish with the hook.
Hagler's showing us that he is willing to stick with the game plan. But Teddy, that game plan saw him knocked down earlier in this fight. What would you be telling him?
You know, in some ways I tell him good, because you have to go with what you have. You know, you can't completely change. That's not possible in the course of the fight. You are who you are. So it's not the game plan necessarily, Joe, or the style that's wrong. It's the execution of the game plan. That has to be done better.
He's throwing a lot of punches here. Now his opponent is showing very, very good movement. What adjustments can he make to deal with that movement?
Well, Joe, when you're fighting a guy who's smart, who's hard to hit, first of all, you got to shorten those punches up. If they're wide, they have no chance at all. And you got to go to the one place that's not moving. Guess where that is? Downstairs.
It's okay. Pay him back.
Good exchange. He fires back.
Go out there and get him. Go out and fight.
We got it.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score.
Stay on the outside.
Hagler's doing a poor job. There's no other way to really say it. I mean, he's sitting there trying to stay committed to being a counterpuncher, but in the meantime, the fight is getting away from him in a big way.
Yeah, he needs a plan B right now. You know, he came in with plan A, Joe, but plan B is what he needs. He has to find another way to create offense. He's not going to be able to do it countering on the back end.
Halfway through the 7th round. Back and forth exchange.
Come on, punch, that's it.
Good effective work with that straight right hand. Hearns' defense is playing a prominent role in this fight, Teddy.
Yes, it is, and specifically what it is he has good fundamentals. He keeps those hands up real good, you know. They're attached, they're up around his chin, his elbows in. You know, he has a real shell there that's not easy to penetrate.
And now he scores well with the straight right. That's a huge left he just scored with.
Just like that, just like that.
round 7 comes to an end.
Keep it up. Listen, he's done. He is done. I want you to go.
Real curious to see how this plays out as we start round number 8. Close fight, but he is ahead on your scorecard, Teddy. However, he's dealing with damage to his face.
Well, there's different ways to test a fighter, Joe, and you never really know until they're tested. One way is he gets caught a good shot, maybe he gets dropped, he gets up. He behaves like a champion, behaves like a fighter. Another way is he gets cut. How does he behave? How does he handle that? We're about to find out.
And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Tommy Hearns is doing exactly what he told us he would do. Now, he was stunned earlier in this fight, but he's sticking to that game plan.
You know, I like that. You know, I want to see how a guy behaves under pressure. He hasn't panicked, you know. He still believes in his identity, believes in his talents, his abilities, and he's going to stay that way unless the guy convinces him later on.
He's showing very good footwork. He's showing fine defensive movement here. But as for the opponent, how do you solve that?
Well, you got to make believe you're a football player. You got to make believe you're a linebacker in football. You go down the line with that running back. You don't go following him around the place. You make sure you move laterally. That's exactly what he's got to do. He's got to cut that ring down, take space away.
Cover up!
Marvin Hagler's effort has gone downhill here. You can tell that he does not have the energy necessary to stay in this fight.
Yeah, but now it's up to his opponent. Does his opponent have the will and the desire to get him out of there? Because if he does, he's getting him out of there.
He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. This round comes to an end, and you can just see that he doesn't have much to him. Not much energy there. I mean, how does a trainer fix that?
Well, first of all, you said a key word there. You said you can just see. Well, his opponent can see it. So he's not going to slow down. His opponent now is going to come out even faster. So if you're the trainer, the first thing you say is, hey, take a deep breath, get yourself together. Don't let this guy know you're tired. You're not tired.
Good block by Tommy Hearns.
Hook, he wide open for the hook.
Hearns is giving his opponent headaches here now. He's throwing punches, but he's able to block them away.
Jump on him.
He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Hearns is doing exactly what you should to be a strong defensive fighter. You got to block those punches away. Hagler's defense is paying off now.
Don't need to be on the inside.
Halfway through the 9th round. Just not there. Straight right hand off the mark.
Beat him to the punch. Keep working the body. Watch the hook.
Good block there by Tommy Hearns. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Hearns is swinging and missing like he's at bat right there. That punch was nowhere near his opponent.
Pace yourself. Pace yourself. You're doing good. Yeah, I like what I see. I love what I see, baby.
So he takes a breather between rounds after he just put forth more of the same punishment. Teddy, we've been sitting here all night long as he lands these thudding blows. You can just hear the damage landing.
Yeah, and I can feel them. Some fluids that I don't really want are coming onto my shirt.
You want to win this? Do you really want to win this? Then keep working. Keep working.
This is round number 10, scheduled for 10. Unable to connect by Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns blocks that punch. Hagler's cracked by a right hand.
Focus.
Now he's trying to create an opportunity here as he backs him up against the ropes. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs.
Come on, stay away from those. Come on, man. Jab. Pop the jab. Use the jab. Use the jab. That's a clean shot, able to get in with the right hand.
Hold it.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Solid. Some way, somehow, he's got to try to get up. Hagler's down, and he looks to be out.
Now we're going to see what's inside this man.
1, 2, 3.
From start to finish, it was utter domination.
This was an easy one to score, Joe.
As for that expected outcome, we send it up to the ring to hear from the judges. That woke up the fans. Wow, did that wake up the fans. A fight that was assured of heading to the judges' scorecards. It ends by knockout.
That's why as a trainer, you like a fight that